Where's? Welcome to the Damu Kiwe Conversation. Voice of the West Coast. Voice of the culture. It's Duse M to die. What's happening though? Wheeler, Texas gun case. Wack100 can't get past this Texas case, gun case. An ex-felon. Cash McElroy. The Elroys, boy, run. Nigga, the Elroys, nigga, they call in the Bay Area. Shout out to the Yay, though. In the Bay Area, nigga, they always call the pigs the Elroys, nigga. And CS2 back is definitely working with the Elroys. Hey, look, we gonna get into all of that, but before we do, I'm going to bring my stuff. We going to add to this move, Levi. Go. We going to bring he right at my feet. Go. Hit that like button on your way in. Tell a friend. You in here with the Duse M's. You know what I'm saying? The Damu Kiwe Conversations. And we going to get another little video going. You know what I'm saying? Because I see that a lot of people hate the way that we build bridges in our community between Bloods and Crips, how we bridge the divide that was deeply wedged by the politics in the community and the powers that be. Those that accommodated, let's get to this real quick. Boom. Those that were accommodated by the powers that be basically funded to make sure that we stay divided, because united we stand powerful. There's power in numbers, and we speak with one voice. As long as we divided, they can control us, and that goes for race, religion, street affiliations, and all kind gender, and all kind of other ideological disagreements. You know what I'm saying? So those working with the forces, with them peoples, they hate that. So we gonna get to this first though, and then everybody talking about it. ODM Slam, Nina Boy, right? What is that? The Ruler Report, right? Byron Blake kicked it back off. You know what I'm saying? It had died down since we had brought it up. Shout out Street Certified News. You know what I'm saying? The Texas gun case, Wheeler, Texas gun case with Cash and Robert Jones had died down to Byron Blake reopened that wound, and it's starting to pus up. It's infected now, ladies and gentlemen. It's infected. Let's go. How appropriate for a cancer. You know what I'm saying? A cancer to our community. Let's get to this real quick.
Both Wack and his brother were already convicted felons at the time. The feds, for some reason, dropped the case.
They let him out first. He only had $180, but he had a black card. He said that a white man picked him up, him and his brother, but the bail bond was, I think that white man was the feds. A couple days later, how did you? And then he said, "Yeah, grind 50 miles away."
Yeah. I don't know why people listen to a nigga like this. This nigga was just rambling. He went from $180 to a black guard.
I don't know why nobody listened to a nigga like this. He was just rambling. No, nigga, you were rambling. All I did was keep accurate account of everything you said. Things that you added to this tale, this false sense of reality and spin that you utilize. Let's go.
To Beaumont to a white man in 50 miles. First of all, Shamrock, Texas to Amarillo is 95 miles. Okay, the black car was fine. We never went into federal custody. We had a federal hold, as we said, in Shamrock, Texas. When they dropped the hold, then we were able to post the cash fine. Keep rolling. Federal facility or some kind of holding facility in Beaumont. He was in jail for not just a night.
or overnight to the next day. He says 6-7 days later, he was still in jail on a hold, and that the feds came all the way to where he was at to tell him, hey, look, we don't want to pick up the case. Like, what?
What's interesting is that shortly after the situation, Wack moved to
This dude is confused. Nigga, Beaumont, Texas is where the federal facility is at. Beaumont is where the feds had to come up to Willard County, Shamrock, Texas, and let those people know we are going to be dropping our whole.
So he said that the feds came from Beaumont, Texas, from the federal facility. Let's see real quick. I'm going to Google and see whether, I know that they got USP, Beaumont, FCI, Beaumont, and all of that. Is there FBI? Is there an FBI headquarters in Beaumont, Texas? Let's see what they say. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. So they came from Beaumont, Texas. FBI. Check the nearest FBI thing closest. Let's see. Check Texas. Let's go. Texas, right? Shenandoah, Sherman, Texas, Houston, Fort Worth, El Paso, Fort Worth. Fort Worth got 2 FBI offices. Amarillo, Texas, Texas City, Texas, Dallas, Houston, Bryan, Texas, Houston. They're my peoples out there, man. Fort Worth, Bryan, Texas, my grandma Aura, rest in peace. Lufkin, Texas, St. Angelo, Midland, Amarillo, Austin, Texas, Brownville, Texas. Yeah, we don't see a FBI office in Beaumont, Texas, Wack100. But as you were, we'll let them continue to cap. Let's go.
And we don't have nothing to do with the case. I never went into federal custody. I've never been put into federal custody. None of that never happened. You got weirdos over here that don't know what they be talking about. Get your facts right. All right, keep it rolling.
What up, y'all? It's Answer. We back with another one, man, with all this talk of Telling and Gunner and T.I. and everybody else. Now Wack's name is thrown back in there. Remember that case in Texas back in 2005, right? And we all know the story on it. But now they're trying to say that the sealed file thing is going on and that he told. It's going to be tough to prove. They put money on the line. It's your boy, The Answer, man. Let's get to it.
Cereal tastes better with a blue spoon. Now you can enjoy creamy, fresh frozen custard.
That's it. We not finna play no more of they stuff so they can strike us. It's some old content that that's on the UOD page. The Resistance. Go over there and support old Zesty 100. You know what I'm saying? It's the Tisha. Turn up the volume, big dog. What? Damn, you can't hear it? My bad. What AI got to do with this? Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Let's get to all of this. Wack is way past the due date to respond to this work. Nah, what the crazy thing is the audio that I was gonna play where he really tries to debunk it. You know what I'm saying? With spin it. He can't debunk it. He was trying to spin it, and he fell horribly. But this is what we gonna do, man. We're gonna get right up into this since he talked a little bit about it. Let's see what he talking about now. You know what I'm saying? Wack Rico indictment. Let's go, man. Hit that like button on here. We got $150 already. Y'all ain't even in. Let's make it look good when he come in. So he be like, damn, they got it popping. Let's go.
Cash McElroy Jones, we did not make up this paperwork. This is you, guy.
They said he was panicking. Yeah, bro. Salute. You make fake paperwork. Damn, Eli King, and we got one of the haters in the chat. Well, right here, it has a stamp. You see this stamp? Let me show you how to read paperwork, because it sounds like you've been hanging with those guys that don't know how to decipher paperwork from a 115 and all of that, right? January 26, 12:52 p.m., Wheeler County, Texas. January 26, 2006.
Do you see the bond? The bond is $10,000.
$10,000, and it was 3 counts, third degree possession, which means that there were 3 pistols. So we're gonna get into this, but as I was showing y'all, we had Debbie McLaughlin sent us this. Maybe you didn't hear when we talked to Debbie. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't like the way she was rizzled. You know what I'm saying? She like a Mac, man. Hashtag the rizzle. A Mac, man. But I was going through Jared Ingram's case. You remember Jared Ingram? Yeah.
Jared Ingram. Why that name sounds so familiar? Jared Ingram. Is somebody dealing with CS2 back?
Yeah, he was the one that he was the mountaineer that CS2 back.
Oh,
AJ.
Yeah. The Caucasian man. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So going through that, I go through the evidence, and we found a video that Wack obviously got taken down before we could go back and catch him up into his lies, right?
Right.
So he beat that case. Y'all read.
Oh yeah, you see that? I was about to say, he said he beat that case. Y'all
well,
still
just hang around since you said he beat that case.
Don't run him off yet. We're gonna burrito you later.
we go fast forward because we don't.
You heard me, Duse?
Yeah.
After we done packing them out, you can go ahead and
hold on.
Like
I think I just found the upload on. Before we get into that, let's stop that so that we could get y'all into his what you call it, because I'm quite sure that's what some of y'all here for. So let's get into that since I did find a longer one. Shit. Let's go. Let's go.
What's really going on with the case? Why you not tied into the Rico? How you know about these charges? How you know about the grid program? How you know about Nipsey Hussle sex tape? How you know about this, that, and the third? You know, what did you really do? What kind of business did you do? And Wack100 has always said he ain't do no illegal business with Big U. He ain't run with Big U in that way. So, you know, they kind of using Wack100's words against him, man, because, you know, when the grid program information came out, Wack100 said, hey, man, when he heard about that, you know, his heart dropped a little bit because him and Big U ran together for 17 years. And now it seems like, you know, he's changing up his tune a little.
Okay. So how am I changing up my tune?
Here's to experiencing new heights in Wisconsin. To seeing where the...
You said it, Getty.
We're going to get you 4 or 5 hang around a little bit.
Hold on, Getty, you said it. So how am I
preface that with saying, you always said that you never done no illegal business with Big U.
They always.
I preface that, but I preface that with saying that. You understand what I'm saying? I preface that with saying it. So when I'm commentating around what's being said in the audio. But I always say, I preface that by saying, hey, man, you always said you never done no illegal with Big U.
Okay. Now, I want to know what you meant by what you said. You said Wack is like he's backtracking. Listen, bro. Pitbull here, right? I've been knowing Pitbull just as long as I've been knowing Big U. Now, this is some real shit.
Yes, sir.
And the last, listen, I'm going to tell you the things I know about Pitbull. I know he's Muslim. I know he's NOI, right? I know his upbringing is out of the Harlem Crips. And I've learned in the last year or so that he does a lot of auction and car sales. People call him about. I've learned that since I've been on Clubhouse. Now, I'm pretty sure, I know who his wife was and I knew who he separated from, right? Boom. I'm pretty sure it's a whole lot more to Pitbull, but that's what I know of Pitbull. You get what I'm saying? So Getty, now let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Did you read the Big U indictment paperwork, the Rico paperwork?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about the males, not the two women. What do those people have in common? The males, the 5 males that's in his indictment, Rico. What do they have in common?
Outside of the fact that they 60s?
Oh no, let's stay right there. All of them from rolling 60s, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we look at Big U, looking at him, we could tell he's a man that likes to be in control, right? We could kind of say he's a man like to be in control of his situation.
I would say that.
Okay, so if he had 2 power rules, 2 brims, and a motherfucker nigga from Venice Showline involved in some shit, can he control them the way he could control those 60s?
I wouldn't think so. You mean as far as West Coast politics is concerned?
He couldn't control them because these niggas got other neighborhoods. If a nigga could like go back to his hood, like, look, nigga, we doing this, and it's supposed to be 100,000, nigga, but we can double back and do this, and fuck them niggas. They enemies anyway. You see how this shit go? Mm-hmm. So, what I'm learning, right? Because again, my dealings with him was always on the legal side of it, right? Mm-hmm. I'm learning that it looks to me, and I could be wrong, that whenever he did some dirty work, he only did that with who?
Let's go.
According to the work, 60s.
That's it. So I want to know where I'm backtracking at. We got some bullshit. We gonna press play. You said it. I ain't say it. When I learned of the grid, down for a couple days. You know why? Because I usually know what I'm dealing with. You get what I'm saying? If you ask Pitbull right now, if I was to find out, not to say he is, and I know he isn't, that he was selling pills, ask him when I answer his phone. Ask him.
Oh, he ain't gonna never talk to me again.
Like, bro, you gotta understand. Like, when you talking about
that.
No, but Getty. So now let me tell you why I think your thing was Wack said he had to sit down. That must have meant something was going on. I get where you coming from. So let's
No, that's not what I meant.
But let's plug in everything else that comes with it. I would go to this man's home.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? He has ridden in the vehicle with me, which I don't allow a lot of people to do that with, right? So when I'm sitting here thinking about this shit, do you know what it feels like to find out a motherfucker you thought who they was, that they somebody else?
Yeah.
And then you start to think like, damn, nigga, you could have been in a trick bag. So that's the sitting down. It wasn't, oh man, is a nigga gonna tell we did this or did that, nigga, we ain't did nothing. And I'm gonna be real at this point, with him approaching 59 and looking at the time he could, I really believe wholeheartedly at this point in his life, he wouldn't give a fuck if he had me doing some crazy shit. I believe I'd be the sacrificial lamb. This is a fact. I don't worry about it because
I believe that.
Listen, if I knew me and this nigga was dirty, you think I would have been hollering the grid program shit? Oh no.
Doing your own home appliance repair is not for everyone, so save time and call the experts at Appliance Service
Unlimited. You don't care about nothing. You crash.
Hold on, Wack. You put too much light on this nigga. He get caught up. He can go tell about this. I ain't stupid. It's just the fact that I know we ain't got no dirt together. So you know what I'm saying? So that's
I get it. You confident in that. That's why I said before I prefaced that by saying you always said you ain't never done it. You trying to say I'm trying to run? I ain't running no fuck. I Wack. I would not do that.
Getty, now Getty, what I am doing because you Getty. I won't go against you because you Getty. Wack is doing this with you. I could have let the flow do it with you. Then you would have been content because they're going to say, Getty, you playing in 50. But I think I know Getty. So we're going to keep playing. Let's see what else you had to say.
They kind of say, hey, man, I ran with him, but I didn't run with him. We were cool, but we weren't cool. Yeah, I had a key to his house. We slept on each other's couches. We knew each other. We spoke to each other. My families knew his family. His family knew my family. I protected his son. He protected my family. There was nothing going to go down between my family and his family. His beef was really centered towards him, and Big U's beef was really centered towards Wack100’s. So a lot of people are speculating that a lot of things that Big U was accused of by the feds, that Wack100 maybe had some dealings in that as well. And if they feel that way, if he was running Big U in that way, what people are asking, why aren't you tied into this thing? Listen, was Wack100 the target of the feds? We don't know. Was Big U a target of the feds? Of course. Was Big U doing too much out there in the 60s? Of course, that's what got him locked up. Was Big U doing too much, like being too old school? Taking this, moniker of being the leader of the rolling 60s, running your section a little too seriously, pressing people, lining people up, extorting people, leaning on people, calling out fades, DPing people, all of those things that come down with being a gang leader out there in the greater Los Angeles area. Yes, he was doing that, and I guess he went a little too far, right? He did a little too much and made someone go to the feds, because remember, that dude that was telling on him, he got hemmed up out there in Ohio. He got hemmed up in Ohio, and I guess he said, hey, man, I got some information for y'all. I know somebody doing some major extorting out there in the greater Los Angeles area, right? So that's how Big U ended up getting lined up with the feds, on top of the fact that they lined him up for the murder of Rayshawn Williams, right? And other than that, we don't know what else information they got. They had the man's phone tapped for years. Brick Baby's phone tapped for years.
So now, see, Getty, I took it to that point.
Listen to how slow
this where you on some bullshit.
So Getty, like, they had Brick Baby phone tap. They talking about Big U, but they had Brick Baby phone tap for some years. Well, Brick Baby just played out, and it has nothing to do with Big U. This is the assumptions that these niggas, because they want Big U out the way. Oh, he's guilty of that. He was doing too much, calling DPs and this and that. None of that ain't even alleged in the shit. And when have you ever heard Big U say he's the leader of the rolling 60s? I've never heard Big U say that, bro. Ever. Nigga, he ain't half them the niggas that's turned against him. Lies snitching on him. Rico the Red Rose. Nigga, this other nigga crackhead Eddie. This is what I'm talking about. But they supposed to run CS2 Back's narrative, and that's exactly what they do. They're echo chamber parrots for the Peru, nigga, CS2 Back. Let's get back to the content.
They saying, because Wack100 ran with this dude all them years, why he ain't this, why ain't that, why he ain't this, why ain't that. And when I heard you get to the part where it says they had Big U's phone tap. Okay, so let me ask you something, Getty. If the phone tap started from January 2021 up into March of 2025, right? And this is fuck Big U and fuck Wack time frame, right?
Yeah.
So why Wack ain't in an indictment?
Because you ain't a part of it. Wack, I want you to understand something. So you can't be wrong. I think you,
bro. He's not. He is in the indictment. He's just not charged in the indictment. His name is cited multiple places in the indictment and even had the Assistant United States Attorney General claiming that he has nothing to do with the case. Imagine the Assistant United States Attorney General defending you as if they're your attorney. And why do they feel the need to defend you from having nothing to do with the case, even though your name is up in there? You understand what I'm saying? This is nasty work. Didn't you say that the first checking in that was shot at your studio, nigga? Didn't you implicate yourself and Big U in extortion and trick in the extortion of Future at LAX? Didn't you implicate yourself in the extortion of De La Hoya, saying you got $800,000? Didn't you implicate yourself in the extortion of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian with the second sex tape? Didn't you implicate yourself in Stutterbox in the attempted extortion of Shaquille O'Neal and Money Mark Stevens? I'm just saying, my nigga. I'm just saying. Didn't you say that once you got with the game, he was in the studio and you go to the booth, he in there rapping, and he takes out all the money in his pocket, about $17,000, and gives it to you after you and Suge were together and Suge was pushing heat down on him? After Mobb Deep, and you said Spider Load, but it was 40 Glock, allegedly were pressing him at the hotel that's in I think it's Prodigy's book. I'm just saying, my nigga, this is what you've been telling us. All we going by is what you said. But let's get back to this gun.
They're wrong, but
he didn't talk about everything except that gun case.
Real talk.
No.
Here's what I said. I said, hold on, let me just say this. I said what I said. I said people are speculating. There's speculation. I didn't say you exactly were for the speculation. I said, was Wack100 in the Rico? No. I said, was Big U in the Rico? Of course.
Yeah, but you're saying people are speculating. But didn't you again
Nigga, you said we don't know if he was a target.
We don't know. Yeah,
I said we don't know.
That's what you said. We don't know. You did not say no.
Here goes the thing, Getty. You reading the paperwork and you see paperwork come from a wiretap, and it's coming from people internally saying things. So how you wouldn't know? So Getty, let me ask you a question. If I went through all your content, I said, hey, these 10 clips right here, I went through all these 10 clips. And they said, Getty in there, motherfucking talking about he robbed a bank. And nigga, the other niggas went and he didn't go and he said it. And I went through all the 10 clips and I know nowhere in there did you ever say you robbed a bank. What do you expect Wack to say to these people? Me being who I'm supposed to be to you, Getty. Me being who Wack's supposed to be to Getty, and Getty being who he is. What would you expect?
You know that.
Okay, what would you expect me to say, knowing I went through this shit with a fine-tooth comb? I passed it to the team. I said, look, we're paying attention if Getty ever said he robbed a bank. That's all we paying attention to. And the team say, Wack, Getty never said it. I go through it again, up and down. And I know for a fact that you never said that in these clips. And they said, nigga, that nigga Getty said he robbed the bank. How he ain't get caught with the rest of them? What would you expect me to say?
Odd started in 1978 with an Australian surfer, Brian Smith.
Oh, we getting the cooking now.
When you look at the world, what do you see?
Button, support the Lord. Let's go.
To these people.
I didn't do it.
Okay, so Getty, did you read the indictment?
Yeah.
You know what brought all this along.
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't you stand for me as you know I will stand for you and say, we read the indictment. This is wiretaps from Big U. Him and Wack wasn't dealing with each other. So it's obvious why he ain't caught up in this Rico. I could even respect it if you said, now, if this would have been wiretaps from 2005 up to 2020 or 2021, then maybe I could see the speculation. But guess what? These aren't those wiretaps because we don't know what was said and done in those years. This only covers 2021 to 2025, the years that these dudes didn't deal with each other. Mm-hmm. But no, Getty, you left it lingering. Broke my heart.
Wack, I did not leave it lingering, fam. I get what you're saying. I understand your point. That's a pointed point that you just made. But I did preface, I'm going to keep saying this. I did say that you always stated you never did no dirt with Big U. I got plenty of videos saying the same thing.
But you came right back with saying that he's backtracking.
Yeah, didn't you say I'm backtracking?
I did not say you was backtracking.
I'm like, nigga, where I'm back? Well, let's keep it going. Let's see if we got some
You say he's changing his tune. That was your exact word.
I'm changing my tune. No, it's only one thing, that I've stepped out there for. And that's them coming with the narrative that Big U committed this alleged murder because this individual and his son were lovers, right? Yeah. I know his son. There's nothing feminine or gay about his son. So yes, I have stepped out there and said, that's a lie. That don't fit. It don't make sense. Even if he was that, which he wasn't, NFL, NBA, baseball, ain't nobody giving a fuck about nobody being gay. They don't care. That's over with, right? But I have stepped out there, and I'm going to tell you why I stepped out there, and I'm going to speak on this. All you motherfuckers out there with platforms, all you niggas, East Coast to the South, to the West, to the Midwest, all y'all that call yourself Big U friends who have a platform. I know all y'all at some point met his family because that's what he does if he fuck with you. Some of you niggas have been to his home, but ain't none of you niggas stepping out there as his comrade and saying, hey, y'all saying this, we don't know about the murder. But what we do know is that Dayon Henley, that plays for the San Diego Chargers or LA Chargers, is not gay. So y'all saying Big U when he killed this man because he found out they were lovers is totally incorrect.
Totally incorrect. And y'all know CS2 Back does not have any credibility. But when it comes to the gay secrets, hey, listen, that's the only time I ever believe him. And he's letting you know that he couldn't be gay because Wack would have already had the gay secrets. You know, I got the tape. Yeah, what up, bro?
Man, what's the big old deal? Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, Duse M, man, was holding it down.
Yeah, my shit fucked up too. So we
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah, man. It was holding down, and I popped around, man. I thought you sent me the link. I'm like, man, what is motherfucker at? But at any rate, man, we in this thing. We on Clubhouse with it, right?
Yes, sir.
Salute to everybody on Clubhouse. Salute to the minds that's on their job. Salute to the goo. And salute to the ones on stage. If you're on stage right now, make sure you share the room 3 times so on the hallway we can get that shine, man. Salute to everybody on live, man. You already know this is one of the hottest lives on YouTube. Salute to the chat. You already know that's where it's at. Salute to the Blue Wrench mob that's always on their job. Stay on top of it. And salute to the friends that tapped in because of a friend. And if you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the content. Y'all see the title. Y'all see this name. Duse M's, the Don, and Yael, the Kiwe pop star. The authentic voices of the culture and the West Coast. Damu Kiwe.
We got a super chat also.
Oh man, I see that, man. We got ready, set, go with the $5 super chat. If a YouTuber is intimidated to run favorable content on an individual, this is definition of extortion. I can't say that. Deuce, what do you think about that?
I don't think that's extortion.
Yeah.
definitely bullying him. Yeah,
right.
Extortion would be so that he gets some kind of equitable gain.
Correct.
He's not getting the money from him. He just wants to control the narrative. This is exactly what they call when they say propaganda.
Right.
Right. Like the crooked news media. You know what I'm saying? But ready, set, go, man. Thank you for your donation. Anything donated to the Damu Kiwe Conversations is appreciated, man. What you was gonna say, y'all?
No, I was like, basically like the stuff that CS2 Back is saying about not defending Dayon and things of that nature, we already covered that. You know what I'm saying? But we already know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Right. He don't give credit where credit is due because he's a goofball. He's a super rat, a super bitch. When you put the super on it, see, you niggas not just busters, y'all super busters, super rats, super busters, and bitch ass niggas. So I gotta put the super on you. So if you support rats, use the super rat ass, supporting ass, bitch ass niggas with the super. But yeah, he's a super duper fuck nigga, and you know everything he says is a spinning of a narrative that's already been perpetuated by this clown. You know, he's one of them type of niggas. You know, you got to make all the effects with him because he's a character. But yeah, man, like Duse M's, myself, we already we gave y'all that understanding that he's a narrative spinner, and we know that Big U had nothing to do with that unaliving because of his son being an alleged homosexual. You know what I'm saying? So nah, that ain't it. This ain't that, and he's a fucking rat. You know what I'm saying? So super rat.
All right, we're gonna get back to it. We got a couple videos for y'all. Let's get finished.
Somebody said super deep.
I'm the only nigga speaking up for the nigga. And I'm really doing it for his son, because I know the young man and I know his mother. None of you other niggas, all you niggas he did podcasts for, ain't none of you niggas speaking up.
If you've been injured in an accident, make the smart choice. Call Hubie and Abraham. I don't trust you.
None of you niggas. East Coast. What's the nigga name? The Spanish nigga name? I'm gonna call you on your shit. The K kill all rats dude. What's his name?
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete. Speak up. You know Dayon. Big Unit been on your podcast 3-4 times. Speak up, bro. For that that situation, right? Trick. Speak up. You been to his home, spent the night in his home. Speak up and defend Dayon, because y'all know goddamn well ain't nothing gay about that young man. All you niggas on the West Coast, he done did podcasts and shit for it. Speak up. See, Getty, I'm catching he backtracking because I'm the only nigga speaking up for that situation. And I'm just doing what a man's supposed to do, a man of honor supposed to do.
Hey, he was basically trying to provoke us to feel like we got to defend Dayon and his masculinity when this nigga leads his team in tackles. He's very physical. He's a man. Niggas never heard of nothing like that. So we supposed to be on the defense of everything some weirdos on the internet try to push. You the first one we heard that repeated that shit. And you continue to repeat it. Whether you denied it or not, you made it a thing. So in any event, we didn't bite on that. Wouldn't even give credence with or credibility to it with a reply. Now let's get back to it.
We may have our differences. You know what most of these niggas would have did? Right? Most of these niggas would have been in my position. They would have ran with it and poured fuel on the fire. But Big U, even yourself is guilty, because you know my son. You know what you told me about my son, Big U? Damn, Wack. You raised the fuck out. You raised this young man right. Man, I wish fucking Huey could have followed in his footsteps, man. I didn't want the gang life for my son. A nigga would have thought your son would have been banged out. He don't even use profanity. You know my children, but never one time did Big U even speak up for mine. So what I'm showing people is what a real guy, the so-called real niggas, what a leader, what a man of honor is supposed to do, no matter what the devil or what the wicked cast upon you, and you call it wrong. For you to cast it back, you'll be wronger. So even with listening the platform I got, because I could have took that narrative and enhanced it, but I would have been wrong because I know it's not true. I know that young man is not gay. If he was, that'd just be what it is, but he's not gay. So just because that man is down and he ain't here to defend himself, don't mean I'm gonna stay quiet like some of these niggas. Some of you niggas called yourself his friend, and you niggas got platforms, and I ain't heard now one of you niggas, and I called out a few names, stand up and say, hey, that shit y'all saying about that man's son ain't right. I know his son. Some of you niggas have been in this man's home. Y'all done shook his son's hand. You done sat there with him. You done watched him practice. You done talked to him. Ain't nothing about he may be humble, right? He may be a little quiet, but his focus has always been his books and the motherfucking football field. That's always been that. I've never heard him cuss or crip, gang bang, none of that shit.
Let's get to that like button, man. Help support y'all. Give us content, and it's gonna get what we want to talk about. It was rather lengthy, but trust me, just follow the trail, man.
Today I'm going to be trying the new Dave's Hot Chicken.
Damu Kiwe Conversations.
This is my dealings with him. I've been knowing him since he been 5-6 years old. So I guess because why is Wack speaking up and he don't get along with this nigga, because I'm showing you what a man, what a father, what a dad knows to do, because I understand the damage that could do to a man and to that young man if this social media shit start rolling like that with a false narrative. So I don't know. Maybe I'm guilty of just being a real guy. And if that's the case, fuck it. I set my punishment for it. If they want to say, Wack, you a soft nigga for speaking up for Big U son not being gay, and that nigga said, fuck you, and this, that's cool. I'm going to let him live with his fate and his truth, and I'm going to live with mine. So let's see what else you had to say.
Don't know what the feds really got, what they really got going on, and maybe what they had going on ain't have nothing to do with Wack100. But the New York goons ain't buying it, man. They're trying to say that he's a rat. They're trying to say that he's a rat because a lot of the people out of New York City.
Could we use your house to trial our 24-hour bathroom upgrade system? We're looking for homeowners with...
Right? Or upset at the fact that Wack100 went at Jim Jones the way he went at Jim Jones. We already know that wiretap leaked of Jim Jones talking to Mel Murder about, how 6ix9ine need to be violated or DP, and Wack100 took that information and said, hey, if the feds heard that phone call, they grabbed up 6ix9ine after that phone call. They did not grab up Jim Jones. Jim Jones got to be working, and that's all they said. You understand what I'm saying? They're upset about that because Wack has been on Jim Jones' head.
Well, Getty, there you go lying again. They didn't grab 6ix9ine up after that phone call. They grabbed 6ix9ine up after they heard shouting them on the phone talking about the nigga performing up in Connecticut, and they was going to go up there and do something to him. That's when they grabbed 6ix9ine up, if you really want to be real. They didn't give a fuck. That phone call is, hey, this is real shit. If Wack was on a wiretap, telling a nigga, hey, you got to go do this to him, and had this nigga do this, and his security ain't got no guns. Hit the security first. When you hit the security, they'll get away from him, and then you deal with him. His security got hit. You don't remember at the restaurant? They hit the security. So I'm saying, hey, Jim, you're telling the shot caller, who they thought was a shot caller, Mel Murder, what not to do and what to do and how to do it. People ain't stupid. They got specialists that know from other snitches what violate, super violate. They know what all that means. You get what I'm saying? You know, it's like a nigga talking about, yeah, I got it. You know, this. They know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Yo, my nigga, I'm going to send 5 birds. They're going to say that's identified as 5 kilos. So how are you tying me to why they ain't grabbed? The feds ain't got me on no wiretap talking to nobody in Big U's, Rico.
You said I tied you to that?
You just said it. You said they you said it.
Yeah, 2. No.
Said you said it.
No. I said what the people are, the goons will think saying. The New York dudes. That the video was about. I'm commentating about what's going on in the audio. I didn't tie you to it. I didn't say personally me. I think that way about you. No, of course not.
Okay, hold on.
Ain't have nothing to do with Wack100, but the New York goons ain't buying it, man. They're trying to say that he's a rat. They're trying to say that he's a rat because a lot of the people out of New York City, right, are upset at the fact that Wack100 went at Jim Jones the way he went at Jim Jones. We already know that wiretap leaked of Jim Jones talking to Mel Murder about, you know, how 6ix9ine need to be violated or DP, and Wack100 took that information and said, hey, if the feds heard that phone call, they grabbed up 6ix9ine after that phone call, they did not grab up Jim Jones. Jim Jones got to be working, and that's all they said. You understand what I'm saying? They're upset about that because Wack has been on Jim Jones' head ever since then. Now, is there any evidence, concrete evidence that Jim Jones is telling on anything? No, it isn't. Is there any concrete evidence that Wack100 is telling on anything? No, it isn't. Is there any paperwork? People keep talking about the Texas case, but Wack is saying, hey, man, that was dismissed in the interest of justice, right? So even when Wack100 provided the dismissal in this, even when Wack100 provided.
Remember when that he just said that Wack said that the case was dismissed in the interest of justice. That's the narrative he forces his YouTubers to spread. And we're going to let you hear him lie about how that case was dismissed. Let's finish this.
The dismissal in the Texas case in the interest of justice, a lot of people are saying, hey, that's evidence, right, that you cooperated, because what's the interest of justice?
Now, here go another slug you shoot. Yo, Getty, have you ever Googled the definition of
that's not a slug.
Hold on. Have you ever went and Googled definition of dismissal of interest of justice in the state of Texas?
Here's to chasing fall in Wisconsin and riding a wave of new adventures.
Definitely. I know what it means.
And what did it tell you? What did it tell you in the state of Texas?
Who's the only person? That's what I was saying.
Who's the only person in the state of Texas that can rule interest of justice?
Shit, I wouldn't know that.
The judge.
The judge.
The DA and nobody else. It's the judge. So hold on.
That's the second lie. So there's 2 lies we're going to talk about. Him lying about why his case got dismissed. We're going to play that audio. And then second, he said only the judge can file a motion to dismiss a case in the interest of justice. I'm going to show y'all the motion. Let's go.
Let's just get it.
What was the interest of justice that they let your case go, that they dropped your case, right? That's the angle people are coming from. And then you got the whole CS2 back thing. They're saying, hey, Wack100 is actually CS2 back. I will say this, whoever the hell this agent is, if Wack100 was cooperating and you put him in the paperwork as a confidential informant and you made him CS2 back, bro, that's reckless as hell. I don't know what's really going on with that.
So you making a lot of insinuations.
That's not an insinuation, Wack. I'm saying that it's not real. In so many words, I'm saying that none of that is real.
You he hates that.
The
may have.
think you reading it wrong, good brother.
Okay.
You really are, man. I got you. I see what you're saying, though, but you reading it.
Nah,
you reading it wrong, bro. Like,
you making a lot of insinuations. See, because I can start insinuating shit too. Like, I know how to play the insinuating game. I don't fuck with it because one thing about it, when I say it, my credibility stands on it. Nigga tell you what, Wack say he got something, he got it.
Yeah.
Because he always provided. You're making a lot of insinuations. So the crazy part about it is, did you watch when Aunt Hefe just came on No Jumper?
Aunt Hefe, yeah. I watched that interview. Most of it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what the
Aunt Hefe is the guy, the YouTuber, right?
Yeah, what did Aunt say? He said, I know the main streets. I was in jail with the main streets. The main streets didn't call me and said, Wack ain't had a motherfucking thing to do with our case. What the fuck is these niggas talking about?
I know that.
How you got everybody talking about and trying to defend you, niggas that ain't got nothing to do with the case, but you brought the police on here and another ex-dirty police on Clubhouse to defend your name? Why you just ain't brought Mark Stevens? Oh, I know why, because Mark said that you's a rat. You told us, ask Mark. We asked Mark, he said you're the rat. Also, why you ain't brought your work? You went and talked to them people and made a statement, waved your Mirandas. We need to see the work. You don't need nobody to vouch for it. Get your lawyer. You get everybody else paperwork except your own, nigga. Nigga, you ain't excluded. Bring the work of the statement you made on the 64th floor on Wilshire, FBI headquarters. Let's go.
Yeah, but
I done made a few videos about that, good bro.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You making a lot of insinuations as if starting with
I get your point.
Backtracking. What am I backtracking? I didn't backtrack. I didn't say the grid program didn't exist. I said, I told you, actually what I did say was, I'm starting to understand why he kept that phone, that hot-ass phone. Because we found the Sue Surf shit 2022. We see he's hot. He's named in it, right? They got his socials and everything. You familiar with the Sue Surf paperwork, right?
Not necessarily, but yeah,
wow,
I'm talking about that.
You an East Coast nigga?
I know Big U's in the work.
Okay, he's in the work
yeah.
as a rolling 60 leader that's in the middle of providing guns and drugs, and they got all his socials and everything. It's 2022, right? But yet in 2025, he still has the same phone. Right? Now, this was crazy. This is what I believe, that he thought his relationship with the LAPD was going to somehow cover him from whatever came his way. Because there's no way you still on the same number calling people saying, hey, don't talk about the murder. I'm going to call you and pull up. Hey, go over there and get the surveillance cameras, pull them out. Hey, I'm sitting there saying either he that stupid or he thought he was covered. Because his phone number was still the same. Let's see what else you got to say.
Wack is saying, hey, that's doctored up, that is not real, that is not true, and there's no concrete evidence out there. But it's not real, that is not true, and there's no concrete evidence out there. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander, man. And a lot of people feel, especially the New York goons, man, I guess they feel that Wack100 throws the snitch word around too much, the rat word around too much, the cooperator word around too much. So they're turning.
I throw it around, I provide the documents. Which one?
Damn, Getty, what's wrong?
Which one? I throw it around.
Bro, you playing the 50, Getty. Sound like you playing the 50, homie.
Getty, I throw it around.
Getty, you playing the 50, Getty. That's crazy, bro.
Oh,
Getty, do I throw it around?
Really?
Getty, do I throw it around or do I provide the work?
You provide work, yeah.
Okay, so why you didn't reference that Wack always provides the work? You saying what's good for the goose, good for the gander. What are you?
Wack, the point that I was making is people are saying that you call a person a rat. They're saying they're doing the same thing. You listen, I'm saying they're pretty much doing the same thing. They don't have nothing, Daddy, but they only saying it because you're saying it. You understand what I'm saying?
Do I provide the document?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so for me to call a nigga something, I provided, right?
Right.
Oh, okay. Let's finish it up.
Around and doing the same thing to him. That's all this is, man. So there's really no concrete evidence that anybody is telling pertaining to, I guess Wack100 situation directly, Jim Jones situation directly. Now, as far as Big U, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon told on himself. We don't know what's really going on with that. Brick Baby did have a sealed case, a sealed file, the whole 9 yards, man. He had a sealed case and he was let out on the streets to work, allegedly, for 2 years after he caught a major gun case, being a convicted felon with previous gun cases. So you can't speak to that situation right there. But Wack100 ain't really had no run-ins with law enforcement, man. So the New York Goons ain't buying it. I guess everybody else ain't buying it. But y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Who do you think won in this debate? Are the New York Goons on or something? Or is Wack100 looking real good in this situation, coming into the lion's den, into their space, answering all questions and not running from any smoke? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. This has been Getty Radio. I appreciate you being here. Please.
Getty, I will say this. I'm going to say this. The world I come from, it ain't ran on right and wrong. It's ran on politics. I think you understand that. Getty?
Absolutely.
Politics say.
God damn it.
Politics say, Getty, you're supposed to be a little more in depth when it comes to covering me on shit that you know that you have that's actual and factual. You handle that as if you ain't part of the team.
Really, Wack?
Okay. Where the media feedback? Let's bring your brothers up here.
Wack.
Okay.
Wack.
Dale is a real neutral nigga. Where Dale? You. Am I telling the brother anything?
Hey, real quick. Great comment, G Wiz. Aunt K vouched for the whole of Main Street Crip. This rap motherfucker so fucking stupid, laugh out loud. He always trying to put the spotlight off him onto others for popo activity. Well, it's deeper than that. Because once you made a statement to the police, you got to bring that paperwork. And that's the only person who could vouch. Unless Ed Hefe was up in that room with him in the upper conference room, when he was talking to the police, it's not a nigga on God's green earth that can tell you what the fuck that nigga said in there. It's not good enough. You ain't supposed to say nothing. The fact you did, you got to bring that work. And that's what he's evading. But great comment, bro. Appreciate the comment. Let's get back to the work.
Anyone who knows me knows I love Royal Kingdom, but not everyone knows why. Allow me to list the ways.
Searching for a reliable used sedan? Shop the area's best.
Let's go.
Nah, Getty know. He know how to do it and how not to do it. So he'll go back, he'll fix it, but he know what's going on.
You know what I'm saying, Getty?
I don't know.
Now, Getty, now listen, I'm handling you like a brother right now.
Wack, I got you. I understand your point. I get where you're coming from, brother. I get it. I get it, man.
Let me tell you something.
I get it, man. I get it.
This is a real story. Pit Bull tells y'all this story. This is a real shit. This the type of nigga I am. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. This is real shit. And you one of the dudes that been able to reap a lot of benefits off fucking with Wack, right? I ain't telling you to lie, but I'm telling you to utilize the information that you have, right, when it comes to lies being told to clear it up. This is why it's the strength of my media team. Once upon a time, Pitbull was out doing the work detail. Some things happened. We went to leave. Our bus was stopped. I knew what they was looking for. I knew exactly what happened. But I wasn't finna allow them to grab him. So you know what I did? I went out there and nose to nose put myself in a line of fire because I knew what he did. He did it for the right reason, but I knew they was going to charge him the wrong way. I did that because I'm supposed to show favor to my brother when he's right. Now, the question is, you don't want me looking at you like you not my brother because I allow you to do what you do because I see you as my brother. But if you telling me not to see you that way, then I will definitely make the adjustment.
That's a fact.
Nah, it ain't. You know it ain't like that, Wack. You know I fuck with you. But I'll say this. Look, I'll say this.
That's it. If YouTube sends you an email and says, hey, we've been tracking all Wack100 content and this, and Clubhouse things, and we're going to contact him about you. Are you going to worry about it one bit?
If YouTube contact me?
If YouTube told you, we're going to contact Wack100 and see if he's okay with all the content on him you have. Are you going to worry about that? Yeah. Are you going to even have a thought in your mind that a concern?
Not a major one.
So you would have a thought. That lets me know, I guess.
Shouldn't have
a bit, not a major one. Like I would be wondering, like, why the hell they contacted me about this? You understand what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be like, oh shit.
You would be worried about them. Ray Gibbs, if the motherfuckers,
if they contact me,
if YouTube sent you a thing and said, we're going to contact Wack100 to see if all this content you have on him is good or he wants us to strike you, Ray gonna laugh. He ain't gonna think nothing about it.
I'm gonna be like, nah, they capping. They better get the fuck up out of here.
Because if we supposed to be on the same side, listen, Getty, look, you know, I face my fires, right? I don't hide shit. By any means,
we on the same side, bro.
Right? Run your content. But nigga, you playing the 50 because you got
Wack, I can't go with that one, bro.
Let me tell you what I expect.
That's crazy. I think Getty playing the 50 too.
Nah, man.
Let me tell you what I expect. I've never had to say this to nobody
brother.
else.
No.
Let me tell you what I expect of you. If you have the tools or you have the weapons to debunk or fight something back because you have it, nigga, I got it right here. I expect you to do that. I ain't telling you to go live.
All right, I got you. You know what? I got you on that. I got you. You're right about that.
But if you got the shit,
you're right about.
You working with
about that,
nigga.
Wack.
You got obligation.
You're right about that, Wack. I'll take that. You're right about that. Wack. I ain't got no rebuttal. You're right.
Definitely got obligation.
You're right. Now I will say this, man. When you run your mouth as much as I do from time to time on my YouTube channel, man, you're gonna put your foot in your mouth, and I did that time. But I ain't got no malice for you, bro. I fuck with you. You know that.
If I really genuinely thought, I would have handled this a total different way. But you know, this is the 100 side, and we do address things on the floor. And shit, everybody get their turn and their chance to be content. Now, I'm just learning.
I ain't ducking smoke. I ain't ducking.
All right, that was all we got from them. I guess they cut it off. CS2 back asked him, was he working for me? Are you working for Duse? You know, he said, is Duse M paying you?
But real quick, Deuce, I do want to read and elaborate something when it comes to in the interest of justice if we got a chance, if we got a moment.
Yes, sir. You got the mic, brother.
So everybody, this is what it is. Check this out. We've been looking up the interest of justice wrong. Great question in Texas. This is in Texas, though, everybody. This is in Texas. Like in other states, when a prosecutor or judge allows the FBI or police informant to get off, remember, he's getting off. If the police or the FBI is allowing the informant to get off or avoid charges in the interest of justice, it usually becomes down to a combination of legal strategies and usefulness to law enforcement. Here's why that might happen. Number one, they provided valuable cooperation. Let me read that one more time. They provided valuable cooperation. If an informant gave up key evidence, listen to what it just said, key evidence, helped take down a larger criminal operation, or aided in solving serious crimes, prosecutors might decide their cooperation outweighs their own wrongdoing. So to give you edification, if they've done something, if the rat has done something wrong, or the informant has done something wrong, and they started working and gave up very important key evidence and information to help take this organization or individuals down, their thing is overlooked and deemed in the interest of justice that is not that important, and their wrongdoings is basically minute compared to what the information that they just gave the judge and the prosecutor. Number 2, plea deals or immunity. Prosecutors can offer immunity or reduce charges in exchange for testimony or evidence. If their testimony is crucial, letting them walk might be seen as worth it to catch bigger targets. So, in this right here, plea deals or immunity,
get them,
think
y'all.
about it. CS2 Back, which is Wack100 at the no jumper situation, he was there. Loose Coochie Ashley Kennan said the dudes came to disrespect Wack, and he said, nephew, you got to give him something. We got to show him what to do. Right? So Wack had a part to play in that. But because he's working, he gets immunity. That's why he's not going to jail for the whole no jumper situation. Let's just keep our eyes on that, though, because everybody else is in jail. Number 3, undercover role. Some informants actually participated in crimes under the direction of law enforcement. If their actions were part of a sting or operation, they might be protected. So again, you got CS2 Back. Hell, you got Christopher Penny. You got 600 Pennies, and anybody else associated with that. But these two characters, 600 Pennies to me is an undercover.
Hit that like button. Let's go.
He's playing a role along with CS2 Back. There's nowhere in the world you could be incriminated doing all of this quote unquote shit in the streets, doing all this, playing Mr. on Power Roof. I'm Mr. Pop. Hey, listen, you doing all that. You super big P, right? Doing all this shit, nigga. You's an undercover, nigga. Motherfucking gusto. You know what I'm saying? So that's an undercover role. Look at 600 Pennies and CS2 Back. Public interest or safety. Prosecutors can dismiss charges in the interest of justice if pursuing the case.
Who did they say could dismiss them?
Prosecutors.
Why did he say only the judge in Texas can dismiss the what you call it?
This is the elaboration of what Texas does in the interest of justice. This is in the interest of justice in Texas. Number 4 is public interest or safety. Prosecutors can dismiss charges in the interest of justice if pursuing the case would do more harm than good, like exposing other investigations or putting people in danger. So right there's some people that can be put in danger behind his role of being a CS2 137 confidential source. You got to remember that. The prosecutors could be like, okay, this is getting a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? It could cause harm, like exposing other investigations that we're doing, or putting people in danger like this, like the confidential informant himself. Credibility. Number 5 is credibility issues. If an informant's testimony could be challenged in court, example, shady background, criminal history, they might not be prosecuted just to keep them available for other uses without dragging their record into open court. Now, being that this case got dismissed in the interest of justice, what about the Texas situation with the guns? Isn't that the case that got dismissed with the interest of justice?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. That's a criminal background right there, everybody. That's a criminal background. You got caught with 3 guns and what, 800 rounds of ammunition?
800 rounds of ammunition.
So that's not classified. That wouldn't be categorized as a criminal background history.
Yes,
Come on,
sir.
man. Mr. BB Gun Bandit. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta see the blurred lines that he's trying to blur with spinning these narratives, dude. Number 6, last and final one. Internal deals. Some deals aren't public and involve negotiations between defense attorneys, prosecutors, and agencies like the FBI. These can result in drop charges without clear explanation. Got his ass, salute. Hey, listen, man. Right there. Internal deals right there. If you take an internal deal, some deals are not going to be made public. And, you know, they say the DA worked with the lawyer worked with the judge. All of them work together. So this is part of the internal deal. This is part of the deal that he can get. And then the charges can be dropped without explanation. Let's look at the guns and 800 rounds in Texas, and then look at the no jumper situation. Look at the no jumper situation. Everybody's asking why this nigga ain't in jail. Come on, bro. If I was at a scene of a situation and I'm over and my name was mentioned into something, and they like, well, shit, this dude was here because of these dudes came up here to press him, but he told you to make an example. You basically egged it on to do XYZ to ABC this whole situation. Nigga, you getting arrested too. I'm getting arrested too. There's no, you can't differentiate that. You all are being lumped in together. But for some odd reason, this nigga's walking around here scot-free. We'll just leave that jewel right there dropped on you guys so you can think about that. But these are the top 6 things in Texas if a case get dismissed in the interest of justice. I hope
wait. And it said if the prosecution, because the state right here, this is the paperwork. This is the day that the judge signed the order. And it says the state's motion, which means the prosecution is the one that filed the motion having been presented to me. This is the judge. The prosecutors filed the motion to dismiss and presented it to the judge March 8, 2011. And this was the day that the case was dismissed, right? So, wow. Okay. Yeah, hold on. We're gonna go, and it was dismissed in the interest. What did it say? That the prosecutor could dismiss it if what?
1 second. The prosecutors and agencies like the FBI, these can result in drop charges without clear explanation. You talking about that one, or you talking about number 5?
I think it was 5.
Credibility issues, prosecutors, background, it can say if an informant's testimony could be challenged in court, shady background, criminal history, they might not be prosecuted just to keep them. Okay, that might not be that one. Oh no, it was public interest or safety. Prosecutors, number 4. It was number 4. Prosecutors can dismiss charges in the interest of justice if pursuing the case would do more harm than good, like exposing other investigations or putting people in danger.
Exposing the Biggie murder investigation, exposing the Main Street investigation.
There you go.
Yeah, but I'm glad we was able to do that, and the prosecutor can file a motion. We got the proof. That's exactly what happened in his case. So he's over here lying, trying to spin false narratives to hide and conceal the foul shit he did. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to this last video. My throat is on fire, man. I'm finna make some more tea, but I'm gonna start this video. I'll be right back. We gotta play this. Let's go.
Damu Kiwe Conversations.
that I drove this motherfucking gun from here to there. You don't know who drove the motherfucking gun.
Definitely can't prove the transportation of the gun.
Yeah, I fought that. Unless...
Wait, let's see. Start that back over.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
I'm glad I heard it.
Prove that I drove this motherfucking gun from here to there. Yeah, you don't know who drove the motherfucking gun.
Definitely can't prove the transportation of the gun.
Yeah, I fought that. Unless he was actually in the car and he could whatever. But that's the part side of a beast out of fault.
You had to fight it that way because
that's a lot of time, bro. They can charge that nigga with every shit.
Trafficking firearms, all kind of shit. That's just a gang of time on that traffic.
Yeah, I would have fought that. Beast, you know, I had that. They tried to, you know, my case.
Yeah, that illegal search and seizure.
Yeah, because you got to remember the rental car come from Cali. Right.
Yep.
I get pulled over and the search happened in Texas, right? So immediately, that's why they had the Fed hold. They like, well, yeah, you know, he crossed the state lines, but you can't prove none of that. How you know I didn't pick it up in Texas? Couldn't prove it. I had to fight that end of it too. Ain't no
you know
way.
how much they
fight
gotta
that
pay for
in
the
trial.
lawyer to do
This
two
is
trials?
crazy. We'll talk about it.
I spent $378,000.
He got $378,000.
I'm just telling you what I spent. I fought that shit. Pull that shit up. I know niggas pull that
Don't
shit
have
up.
proper jurisdiction.
What
They
the fuck
was
is that county?
violated then.
Where Mickey at?
Capping.
What's the name of that damn county? I know she pulled my shit.
That'd be the worst, second worst.
Like she my friend was gonna expose me if she found something. Wheeler County. There you go. Cass Jones. Wheeler County. Them motherfuckers. Hey, bro, shout out to Texas for having audio and video on the front of their squad cars. Because if I'd have been in Cali Beach, I'd have been fucked.
Oh, yeah. And just so y'all know, we'll be revealing the video, the police camera video to Wack100 being arrested in Wheeler, Texas. Oh, this gonna be good. It's on its way.
Fuck, I'd had to take it. Yeah, because they have to write the report based on the audio, the video and the audio.
Yeah.
Like if I'd have been California, it'd have been my word against theirs, but the ex-con word against theirs or how they got it. Them niggas could have said they saw something with the back seat. They could have said all kind of shit. But because they had audio and video, that's what saved. How you get to it. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. They called the drug. I guess you can only be on the side of the road like 18 minutes or some shit before they violate your rights. They called the drug dogs out there. Motherfucker running around the car. This motherfucker running around the car wagging his tail, no hits.
Remember, he got on here and lied and said that the dog was running around the car and got no hits. Remember that key bit of information as he misleads the deaf, dumb, and blind on the Bun-Hunted side, 100 EBT. Let's go.
First of all, the nigga pulled me over and told me I was speeding. And then he takes my license, registration, insurance. Ain't nobody on me and my brother's asleep. He don't even know he pulled over, right? So ain't nobody on no parole, probation, it's a rental. I got Oklahoma license, so I'm like 50 miles from the Oklahoma line. So it makes sense. I'm headed to Oklahoma. Motherfucker went back there, came back. He like, yeah, ain't nothing, no warrants, no nothing. He said, I'm gonna give you a warning ticket, and gave me my shit back. So whenever they take your license and registration, that's a form of them taking you into custody. When they give you a ticket and your license and shit back, they release you from custody. That nigga gave me that shit. That nigga took 2 steps back, came back to the window, tapped on the window, rolled it down. Yeah, can I help you? Now, he didn't release me from custody. I ain't did nothing, said nothing. He ain't seen nothing. He said, you give me consent to search your vehicle? A question he should have probably asked before he released me from custody. I told him absolutely not. That nigga drew down on me like Barney Fife, shaking like Don Knotts. Get out the car.
Said like,
get me out the car. They wake my brother up. He don't know what's going on. Cuff us up.
Key point. You're not fighting no gun case for 6 or 7 years in no state. No, you trying to work something off, testify against somebody or something. Let's go.
I'm like a motherfucking replay. Nigga, all I'm saying is I do not give you consent to search the vehicle. That's all I said. 20, 30 minutes straight. Dude went in the, the cab part of the car, front seat, back seat. He don't find nothing. Drug dog come, run around the car, no hits. That nigga popped that trunk, move this, move that, Saudi Arabia. That nigga jumped out the trunk like he ran into a
Saudi Arabia.
Oh my God. This guy has artillery. Take us to the motherfucking police station, which is look like a 3-bedroom house. Walk in, the living room got 100 pictures of niggas with big mustaches. Look like they fought Billy the Kid and some other motherfuckers, right? I said, boy, Wack, you done did it now. They take the rental car down there, tear the rental car apart, because right now, at this point, they looking for some type of probable cause. Let's find some money, something, drugs, weed, something, a hidden compartment, anything. They don't find shit. Rental Enterprise charged my ass up for that shit. Another like 7,000, 8,000 to reassemble the car or some shit. Hit me with it, right? So feds hit us with a hold automatically. Beaumont.
So the feds in Beaumont now have hit him with a federal hold.
As a small business owner, you learn to wear a lot of hats.
Federal hold. So this indictment, which started off as a state case, ended up being a federal case. The feds put a hold on the nigga, bro. Hit that motherfucking like button, nigga.
Dudes, what does that actually mean?
Don't y'all understand? You asking me right now, yeah?
Yeah, you said a federal hold, right? Oh, because you was elaborating that in the video, right?
Yeah, that's in the video.
All right, say that.
A federal hold is basically, say right now, Brick Baby had got picked up with that AK. He get arrested, whatever. The DA said, "Oh, we don't want the case," and the feds put the hold on it because they picking up the case. So he got a federal hold pending what the feds gonna do. The feds obviously are saying they want that case. Let's go. That this nigga had a federal case and he's talking about Think Wheeler, Texas, and this and that, but the feds done picked the case up. The same feds that he got to investigate Big U. See, this is the beginning of CS2 Back. Vicious. Hit that like button, man. Let's get to it. Wack100 federally indicted. Let's put that in there. Hashtag Wack100 federally indicted. Hashtag federal indictment. Where old boy Go said that I was capping. Huh? Where old boy said that I was reaching. You know what I'm saying? See, I told y'all we got the content. The feds got Wack on carrying 3 guns, an AK, a shotgun, a pistol, and 800 rounds of ammunition, crossing interstate commerce, which gives the jurisdiction over the case to the federal authorities, more than likely the ATF. But we're going to keep talking about the feds not having a problem with Wack carrying guns. But just remember that. The feds picked it up in Beaumont, caught it in his case in Willard County, Texas, went to Shamrock, Texas, and was transferred to Beaumont. Let's go.
I think the feds in Beaumont hit us with a hold. Boom. So they like, don't send them up to General Pop. put them both in the cell together. Nigga, you got an older brother and a baby brother, both ex-cons. Nigga, we went on sign language duty. Nigga, we ain't talking, we ain't doing nothing. We talking to each other with our eyes and heads. They thinking we gonna get in there, beef, and have a conversation. Boy, got me fucked up.
You know this nervous ass
that the
nigga.
motherfucking Rangers come, right? Look, the Rangers come.
You know that this nervous ass, scary ass nigga is in there talking. All he does is talk. Nigga, that nigga ain't being quiet. It wasn't mine. I don't know what they found. Shit, I don't know what you gonna do.
So the Rangers come out. The Rangers was smart. The whole time I'm looking at the news and I see my brother name flashing across the news, right? About they in search of a killer. I'm seeing my brother.
He said the Rangers come, and the Rangers is smart. He's watching his brother, now he's in Texas, watching his brother name come across the news. This is nasty work, bro. Remember, the paperwork says he already told Deputy Darren Chase and them about his brother being killed and told him he was going to go pick up his mother. And the other one said, his other brother said that they were going for the funeral. The funeral was in California. They was taking her there. And then the other one said that the funeral was in Oklahoma and they were going to meet their mother there. So you got two different lies. Remember that. We're going to go through the paperwork and make sure that we go through that. But listen, he's saying that it was the Texas Ranger who was smart and seen his brother murder on the news. This nasty work.
Everything pop up on the TV. The Ranger come over there with the boots, the buckle, nigga, the hat. He came to the door. He said, he looked at us, Jones boys, huh? We looking at this nigga. He looked up at the TV and said, I reckon I would have been on the same mission. Tilted his hat and walked out. He the only one that figured it out. He's even in court, they never brought up my brother's death the night before in Oklahoma. They never put it together.
He said they never put together what his mission was until then. But nigga, when he got first picked up the first time in the paperwork, it explicitly states that this is what he told the police, bro. Him and his brother. So he's lying again. Disingenuous. Listen, bro, that Texas Ranger came and they told him the whole story. Man, listen, man, my brother just got, man, I'm just, oh, man, that was my brother gun.
So 7 days later, the feds came up there. They said that's all kind of shit.
Wait.
The way you got it.
So he's transferred from Wheeler County, Texas, to Beaumont to the feds. 7 days. He's in jail for 7 days. The feds got him for 7 days. This is in 2005. That's a very long time to have had the feds in your life. Oh, this is real nasty. Let's go.
Got him according to y'all audio and video, right? That ain't, we ain't fucking with that. We dropped the hold. When they dropped the hold, I got a bail. So they tell him, give the younger one the bail first.
He say that the feds came to visit him to tell him and his brother that they wasn't fucking with that case. Imagine that. They traveled just to tell him they weren't picking up the case. They didn't want to email. They didn't want to fax it over. To have the court put it in the computer. Oh, no. We're cool. Let's just let the state of Texas do that case. So he was in Beaumont, fed hold 7 days.
today I'm going to be trying the new Dave's Hot Chicken Mini.
Cooking now. I told y'all we was gonna be cooking. And the feds visited him and told him they didn't want the case. Ooh, shit. He was debriefing for 7 days. They didn't want to pick up the case. They dropped the case.
Hey, you heard what they said. Hey, look,
Yeah.
they said, get a youngster one, get a younger.
I reckon he talked to us for a couple of days there, boy. I think he talked to us. Hey, Cash McElroy Jones, you was talking mighty long. You talked to us real long, brother. Back to the content.
Younger brother, bail. They failed. I was going home. No matter what.
Yeah, no matter what, you definitely was going home. So they called the Fed office in Beaumont instead of the Fed office in Dallas office, which is closer. That's a fact. Dallas is closer to where he was caught up at. That's strange. You know what I'm saying? This is really, really weird. CS2 trying to clear and close his caseload. It's playing a gang of commercials now. Okay. Mike B, how are you doing today? Love it. Wack is sad shit. How is everyone tonight? Hey, salute. Slimeball TV said he defected. Hey, Stacy talking. When he defected. Let's get back to the con.
When that brother defected.
Hey, CS2 back. So,
what up?
So you get caught out in Texas. They take you to Beaumont, Texas, and the feds in Beaumont, Texas comes to see you. They told you they don't want to pick up your case, even though you admitted, and we will get to the paperwork so that y'all can hear him admit that to the police that he was traveling from California to pick up his mom, and his brother made a statement which kind of contradicted it, saying they were dropping off his mom. So we'll get into that. But CS2 back. So what did you have to tell them at that point to get up out of there and have the feds drop your case?
Listen, I already took my.
Go ahead.
So this way, hey, listen. You bozos don't know how this shit goes.
Right.
Okay. What happened is this. They told me, boom, you looking at X amount of time. I said, well, look, I didn't say too much, but I said this. I said, y'all got the guns. I can't go to jail. I'll do what I gotta do to do what I gotta do.
Well, bam. Boss Talk say that there's a 9-hour drive from Beaumont to Wheeler, Texas. Why wouldn't the feds from Dallas come visit you? Did you have friends already connected at Beaumont at the federal office, or was that Reggie Wright that had the plugs with them?
Well, see, what happened is because Reggie's an ex-cop, and Reggie, he already had the feds in his pocket from the Biggie Smalls and the Tupac investigation. So what happened was Darren Dupree, boom, he get Darren to pull me. I go all the way to Beaumont. Boom, boom, boom. I'm closer to home to work my deal. You know how I feel? Bam. So when I get to Beaumont, oh shit, but I don't put it past it.
Oh yeah.
Need an accounting degree that equips you for today's jobs? Think WGU. Developed with input from industry experts.
Oh my God.
Man, that nigga Darren Dupree.
Yeah, man, it's nasty work. But let's get back to more lives from CS2 back. This is the birth of CS2 back.
It's a Friday. I don't know why they did that. Give me a bell first. I bail out. I said, so you know, what about my brother? He said, oh, his bail will be here in about an hour. He said, but the bondsman will be closed. I said, oh, okay. I waited an hour. Nigga, at this time, they transported us to Shamrock, Texas. Population 1,823.
Wait. So you done went from Wheeler County, Texas, to the feds in Beaumont, Texas. You say you there 7 days, and on the 7th day, they give you a bail, but they transfer you to Shamrock, Texas. This shit sounding weird as hell. How did you get from there? Well, we'll let him tell us. This shit is weird.
Right. So I'm like, come back to the one. I said, yo, is the bail? Yeah, the bail's up for Robert Jones. This is the bail. I said, I want to place bail. They said, the bail bomb is closed. You got to wait till Monday. I had him that motherfucking black card. I said, put it on there. Roll it. Y'all let the wrong one out. He the broke one, not me. Let the wrong one out.
Got him.
Yeah, he the broke. So, nigga, we walking down the street. I bullshit you down. It's about 5:36. Nigga, we are walking down a road, nigga, trying to get to Amarillo. Amarillo about 50, 60 miles or some shit. We walking down the road. White boy pull up in an old pickup truck.
This nigga said, then they release him. He get bail. He walking down the road. We walking down the road, and an old white man pick us up. That old white man was.
Said, where y'all headed? I said, I'm trying to get to Amarillo to the airport. He said, our airport closed at 5 o'clock. I reckon you're gonna have to wait till the morning. I said, that's cool. Can you give me a ride? I went my motherfucking pocket. I think I had about $187 shit, loose change. He said, yeah, that'll work, nigga. Me, my brother, and the white boy with the cowboy hat in the cab for the pickup on our way to
White
Amarillo.
boy with the cowboy hat.
Yeah, checked it. Now, I ain't realizing my older brother, he ain't ever been on the plane. You know, this nigga beast, you know, this nigga, all he do is, you know what he do, go to jail, back to the street, say, that's his shit.
Back and forth, in and out.
Next morning, he like, yo, let's just get a rental car. I said, nigga, you got to be fucked up. I got our brother's body held up at the motherfucking mortuary because we gone. We got to get back. 2-hour flights, punk shit. This nigga go to shaking and trembling. We get on the plane. This nigga done had about 7 drinks. Nigga, you okay? He like, nigga, I ain't never been on no motherfucking.
He tripping
hard as a motherfucker, bro. Yeah. So, long story short, I had to call a bail bondsman every Thursday or something. And every Thursday I had to call the bail bondsman, right? So my brother, Beast, you know what my brother do while we fighting the case? What you think he did?
Man, he goes on
called another motherfucking dope case.
He goes on the run. He go on the run.
No, he don't run.
Now, inside scoop is his brother, who was with him in Texas when they caught this case, is out on bail. While he's out on bail, him and Wack, he called Wack over to his house to talk about this case. While they talk about this case, he got some powder and some things in the kitchen and on the table. Feds picked him up.
Some work, allegedly, right?
Well, he was caught with some work and took a deal, so I'm not even going to say allegedly. He told one of his homeboys, this is Wack brother, and if we need to, I will bring his homeboy up here to tell y'all the whole story.
Mike Keppel here, Patriot Software's founder. So easy, my dog can run payroll, said one of our payroll software customers.
As Wack brother told it to him. And the next day or the day after that, when him and Wack talked about the case, them people come and raided his brother's house, and they catch him on the cocaine. It was looking like the rat snitched his brother out and sent his brother to do a bid about 3.5 years, right? The craziest part is, while his brother do the bid for that dope, Wack is still on the streets fighting the gun cases. Y'all really believe it took a prison bid of 3.5 years and more to finish a gun case when this nigga done caught a whole new case, went to court, got sentenced, caught the chain, went to the pen, finished his 3.5 year sentence, and the gun cases in Texas still haven't been resolved. You know what that sounds like to me? Kind of like the boy Dale, what's his name? Dale Morrison, who will not be sentenced until he finished testifying against Big U. The case he got in Ohio, where he's the top of the Rico, read the indictment with Big U. He will not be sentenced until the conclusion of the Big U case, where he looks to get time credits and a downward departure. So until he testifies and or helps lead to a conviction of Big U and anybody else on that case he ratting on, that case is just in a limbo. And that's what it sounds like with nasty work. Now, what I'm going to say is all informants, and I'll get into the legal law on the live. So if you're watching this video early, come to the live. I'll break down the legal, that some informants don't have to testify. They can be sources that just provide the information. And as long as it results into the arrest on felony charges, they get credit or whatever they're seeking to get off the case that they're fighting. You know what I'm saying? So it don't have to be to the end of the case in a conviction, long as it ends up being an arrest. Let's go. Oh, we got the super chat. Jakara Moore, $2. Was the gun case before the Stutterbox case? Yes, sir. It was right after this that Wack100 was placed as a neighbor to Stutterbox, who was also going by the name of Mir Muhammad and a suspect in the Biggie Smalls murder investigation. Let's get to the content, man.
Run. He just catch the dope case.
Oh, he got another case real quick,
right? So the bondsman said the best thing you could have did was notify. So I called the bond, said, yo, my brother is incarcerated. Boom, 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 boom. He's like, all right, we're going to contact the courts and see how they want to handle it, right? So the courts was like, well, long as Cash Jones shows up, he can stand in the presence of with his attorney, right?
Wait. This nigga said the court said that as long as Cash Jones shows up for court, he can stand in as attorney for his brother Robert, Bob Jones. You can't make this shit up. Wack100 narrates the Main Street case, orchestrates Greg Caden with Mark Stevens. So he said, Mark told us something different. Now, in this case, he bails him out, finds the white guy, goes, picks up his mom, his brother catches a case, and now he's filling in as attorney for Bobby Jones. This shit is brazy, nigga. Years later. Years. Let me see. Let me Google that real quick. Maybe Texas is different from the rest of the states. You know they are the Lone Star State. Can a citizen in Texas who has not passed the bar stand in for another suspect.
Here's to experiencing new heights in Wisconsin. To seeing where the breeze leads.
As attorney. Let's see what they say. Enrolling as frequently asked questions. Attorneys must pass the bar exam and practice law. And lawyers have also taken the bar exam and may or may not practice law. Can you practice law in Texas without passing the bar? You must be admitted to the bar and pass the bar examination. So there goes that lie. I guess the other lies wasn't good enough. He had to make it juicy. This nigga wasn't Johnny Cochran. He was Johnny Cockroach, nigga. This nigga lying like talk about he represented his brother Bobby Jr. in court and they allowed him. They sure allowing a lot in Texas. 800 rounds of ammunition, a chopstick, a gauge, a pistol, allowing niggas who ain't past the bar. Oh, this is nasty work.
So they went for that 2-3 times. Then I had to hire another attorney to stand in his shoes. If not, they was going to extradite him to Texas, right? And he was going to sit there, right, fighting that case. So I didn't want that to happen. So I think I might have. He came home. It was crazy. He paroled. He did like 3.5, paroled. So I called the bondsman. I said, yo, he out. What do you need to do? He like, listen, he's not on our radar no more. It's been on your shoulders. You know, whatever happens, if it goes to trial, then he'll have to show up. He never had to show up. We beat the motherfucker. Illegal. Beat the motherfucker. Good to go, huh? Yeah, illegal search and seizure. He ain't on who. And let me tell you what else happened. This is why it's good to bond out. One of the arrested officers.
He said this case was dismissed for illegal search and seizure. Well, that turned out to be another lie. The nigga lying about the case. This is nasty work.
Probably about 4.5 years into fighting it, the nigga got caught sending dick pictures into the high school girl. Oh, shit. Yeah. Now I got nothing to do with the case, but guess what? Fuck his credibility. All his credibility. All of it. Crazy. So they couldn't put him on the stand no more. Even if he was going to get up there and lie, it was over with. Couldn't do it. This why it's good to bail out and string that shit out. You never know what.
Show us some proof of this police officer. Was it Darren Chase or was it the state trooper? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. We want to have proof of that. In fact, we're going to look it up in a minute. Let's go.
What's going to happen? One of them officers get caught doing some foul shit. Everybody, bitch, you know how it is in the pen. We hear our arrested officer got caught doing something. Everybody coming back on the pill. Everybody in the motherfucking law library.
You ain't lying, nigga. I'm 22 requesting straight to the CC2, nigga. I need to get in there ASAP.
Yeah.
I'm getting out. Everybody's I'm getting out. I'm getting out.
We in that motherfucker filing all kind of
Now they gonna question every police report he didn't wrote. Everybody here wrote.
The white man was Greg Case.
Doing it once. You did it there.
Yeah, everybody good, nigga. Nigga on that phone, nigga, trying to get that lawyer quick.
But when you bail out, you gotta go into bitch mode. Find your auntie to go to church, go help her out 3 days out the week at the church. You gotta get low. Don't get out here, nigga, and act like you free, nigga, because you ain't. Nowadays, they got luck. Nigga, this nigga Blueface, I had this nigga out on a triple bond. I started to feel like I was doing some foul shit. That's just crazy. I'm like, yo, that nigga gone.
If you have the property, you can do it so,
what you mean he got a bail? They said, Wack, he got a bail. I said, the nigga got on bond. Wack, booyah, second case. They catch another one. gun case or some shit on the Super Bowl when it was in LA a year or two ago. Bam, another one. I said, oh shit, you done fucked, you tore up everything. Nigga, you out on double. They gave the nigga another bill.
And it used to be like that. You catch something, then get bail on bail. They rebate your shit, bring you back in, snatch your bail off you, all that shit. Sentence.
Yeah.
Hey, that's another line. Thank y'all for checking that out for us. Look at the chat in here doing it. Cali born boot raised. It says Wheeler to Amarillo is 100 miles. He said it was 50, which was already a long way. So Wheeler to Amarillo, Texas is 100 miles. And he was walking and lucked upon a old white man. He swear to God, he told us he don't even believe in God. This nigga here. Let's go, man.
Once you was out on one bill, it was over with.
And wasn't it, 2 years, Unc, for catching another case on bail? What it carry, 2?
Huh?
What was it, like an extra 2 if you was on a bail on bail case?
Yeah. They was gonna give you
nigga, they ain't playing no like an extra 2 or
look,
something.
Niggas got love these days. They wasn't doing that shit for us back then. Your ass was out on bail and you caught a case. Oh, nigga.
You get sentenced with an extra 2 years.
Young Joe.
Yeah, that's good information because niggas was sleep to that Fed shit on that boy. That boy, what's this, 2023?
Yeah.
That nigga might be out 2055.
He's gonna be old as fuck getting out. He fucked up.
Hey, listen, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that like button. Nasty work. So, salute to everybody that's already in here. We're going to get straight to the content. Shout out to my brother G-Mac. Hey, Yael.
Way.
I don't think I got it. Well, that's it for tonight. Oh, no, there it go. Oh, yeah, we got it. Tested with pigs and rats on the 100. No, y'all was waiting on. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into this last video, man. After this video, I'm going to let Yael take us out. Let me show y'all what this is so y'all can appreciate it. My guy, Scandalous, Los Angeles TV. Let's get into it, man.
What's up? We live for all the out there. What's up? Y'all want to be famous? Here you go.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. We got the content again, y'all. CS2 back, a.k.a. Porky, the pit poodle pie company, has been rainbow ratting since 2005. You guys are about to hear a recorded phone call with Duse M's and a courthouse clerk from the same Texas courthouse that he was in. After he was caught crossing state lines with a trunk full of guns.
So we're not even going to go to Debbie. Let's see if we can skip this, or does it go all the way out? Yeah, it goes all the way out, man. So that's enough for there. We're going to get into my boy, No Cap, nigga. No ghost. Let me fix this for y'all, man. No Cap. Got something for y'all, man, that's going to break down in the interest of justice. And we're going to break it down even more later. You know what I'm saying? So let me get this for y'all. No Cap. The No Cap Network. My brother. Y'all go over there and like, subscribe. Tell them I sent y'all, man. The brother.
Well, you're so welcome, and I hope this helps you. And if you need anything else, holler back, okay?
I will do.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Snitch. If your name is Wack100, you are a snitch.
When Wack100’s Cash Jones talks about the Texas gun case, the story shifts depending on the setting. In one interview, he says, "I've been fighting that case for 6 years, believe that." In another, he recalls a judge just tossing it out like it was nothing, and even drops the phrase, "the interest of justice," as if it's illegal magic wands. And later he follows up with, "God, it expunge, don't show up in my record." 4 versions, same case. That alone raises flags because legal outcomes don't morph with each interview. Court documents are concrete, and your version of events shouldn't keep changing. These shifts suggest there's something else he's not saying outright. When someone's narrative evolves like that, it's often because the reality behind it is more complicated and maybe something he doesn't want scrutinized. That underscores the question: how does a felon in a rental car with guns in the trunk come out clean? Record wipe, time served 0. The only clear explanation: he was working.
Snitch. If your name is Wack100, you are a snitch.
The case breakdown. Let's break down the core facts, plain and direct. 2005, Texas. Cash Jones and his brother pulled over in a rental car. In the trunk, firearms and ammunition. In the ashtray, marijuana. They were both convicted felons, meaning any firearm anywhere was a felony. And the firearms came from out of state, creating a federal offense under Section 922G of Title 18 of the United States Code. The ATF typically charges these cases immediately. If the feds don't get involved, Texas law does. Felon in possession is a 3rd-degree felony, which carries 2 to 10 years. That's the baseline expectation. You're looking at multi-year prison, no parole, especially for interstate guns. Yet this case didn't follow that path. Instead, it lingered in the system for 6 years. Then it disappeared, dismissed under the vague banner, "in the interest of justice." And later, it was expunged. That combination? Trunk full of guns, felons, interstate transport, long delay, dismissal, plus expungement. It's so irregular it practically demands an explanation, and not a legal maneuver. Something else happened behind the scenes.
Snitch. If your name is Wack100, you are a snitch.
Why that outcome is unheard of. Here's why this result is ultra rare. Federally, a felon with a gun is facing 10 years in the penitentiary. No probation, no second chances. That's just under federal law. And Texas law locks you up for the same felony. Judges don't dismiss these cases unless evidence is irreparably compromised. And expungement? That requires extremely narrow conditions. You'd need either procedural death, like illegal search tosses everything, or cooperation that outweighs the benefit of conviction. There's simply no legal precedent for regular people beating trunk gun felonies with justice dismissals and record wipes. Only one scenario fits. Someone very useful to prosecutors got favorable treatment. That narrative may be unsavory for someone like Cash to admit, but it's the only one that legally lines up.
Snitch. If your name is Wack100, you are a snitch.
What interest of justice really means, let's dissect that phrase. In the interest of justice one sounds honorable, but in Texas it's boilerplate. Only prosecutors can file dismissal motions, and judges must include the reason in the order. That phrase is often used when the real reason is either a procedural failure that kills the case, or cooperation that justifies dismissal. It's a cover. It means something we don't want to say out loud led to this outcome.
Listen.
If the charges were dropped officially for evidence problems, that would be one thing. But we have no record of a suppression or fatal procedural blow. What we do see is a case that stayed active for 6 years. Then when
No, we do have a motion for suppression, and that case was dismissed. I'm going to show y'all that the motion for suppression based upon his claims of illegal search and seizure was dismissed. So it's worse. You did have it, and it was denied. We have proof of that. No cap.
away, then got wiped from the record. In legal practice, especially in Texas, that scenario screams cooperation, where intelligence value is more important than locking someone up.
Snitch. If your name is Wack100, you are a snitch.
The 6-year timeline is leverage stretch of 6 years. That's an eternity in criminal defense. Most minor felon cases get resolved in 12 to 18 months. 6 years, though. That's a strategic delay. It's a leash. The case stays open while cooperation is active, then disappears once the deal is done. Wack might say he fought it for 6 years, but that's not necessarily a win.
It could have been a slow walk, while prosecutors milked intel from him. Every request, every tip, the pending charges kept the pressure on. That's how informant agreements often work. And once they finish using you, poof, the case vanishes. Not because you beat it in court, but because you were more valuable outside a cell than in one.
Snitch. If your name is Wack100, you are a snitch.
Why cooperation is the only logical conclusion. Put the facts side by side. 2 felons, guns in a rental trunk, ammo, out-of-state transport, marijuana in ashtray. That's overwhelming. Every normal outcome plunges you into prison, but instead, the case ends with a dismissal and an expungement. That's not luck. That's a routine result when law enforcement wins through cooperation, not conviction. Judges don't cancel felon with gun felonies for no good reason. Prosecutors don't let slam dunks slip away. Expunging a serious felony is borderline impossible without a legal technicality or special agreement. Wack's only pathway out was to be too useful to lock up. That's not defamation. It's all the circumstantial evidence adding up.
Snitch. If your name is Wack100, you are a snitch.
His own words versus the law. Now check the mismatches. Wack says, I've been fighting that case for 6 years. He also says, got it dismissed, interest of justice, and expunged. But look at the law. Cases don't just vanish for reasons like that. Either you wipe it through a proper suppression of evidence, or you negotiate a cooperating plea. The paperwork, the dismissal order and expungement decree, tells one story. His shifting narrative tells another. When those don't align, the legal system matches the documents, not the spin. So even as he tells different versions, the legal facts stay the same. And they point to one explanation. This wasn't a victory, it was a deal.
Snitch. If your name is Wack100, you are a snitch.
Here's the bottom line, and this isn't up for debate. Nobody beats a Texas trunk gun, felon in possession case through luck, smooth talk, or courtroom magic. The law is too clear, the penalty's too steep, and the system too ruthless. Texas doesn't play when it comes to guns and felons. Federal law doesn't play either. If you're a convicted felon caught with weapons and ammunition that cross the state lines in a rental car, plus marijuana in the mix, you're looking at a decade behind bars under Section 922 G of the United States Code. 10 years, no parole. At the state level, you're looking at 2 to 10 years under Texas Penal Code, Section 46.04. That's the reality that everyday people face. That's the reality thousands of men are living right now. And yet, Wack100 walked away. 6 years later, the case was gone, dismissed in the interest of justice, expunged like it never happened. You tell me, does that sound like a regular outcome? No, listen to his own contradictions. First, he says, I've been fighting that case for 6 years. That's a half-truth at best. The case sat open for 6 years, but that's not the same as fighting. That's the system keeping them on a leash. That's prosecutors holding leverage. A real fight means you're in court, battling motions, waiting for trial. But a 6-year wait, that's pressure, that's leverage. Then he says they see the judge just tossed it out, flat out false. And in Texas, judges don't dismiss serious felonies on their own. The law is explicit. Prosecutors move to dismiss. Judges sign off if a dismissal happened. It came from the state, which raises the bigger question. Why would the state walk away from an airtight felon with guns case? Next, he brags, dismissed in the interest of justice. Sounds noble, but in practice, that's a code phrase. It's the language prosecutors use when they don't want to spell out the real reason. It doesn't mean innocence. It doesn't mean weak evidence. It means for reasons not written in the file, the state decided not to pursue. And in cases like this, the reason is almost always cooperation. Finally, he says, got it expunged. That's the nail in the coffin, because expungements on felon with guns cases in Texas are almost impossible. You don't wipe those cases unless the dismissal qualifies under narrow conditions. And who usually qualifies? Informants, cooperators, people whose usefulness outweigh their conviction. Regular felons don't walk away with a clean record. So when you stack it all together, 6 years of delay, the judge excuse, the interest of justice label, the expungement, you don't see the story of a man who beat the system. You see the story of a man the system used, a man who was leveraged, who was too valuable to lock up, who gave something in return. That's not a legal miracle. miracle. That's not a legendary victory. That's cooperation. That's working. And here's the truth. Cases like this don't disappear for people on the street. They don't vanish for the average felon. They don't end with freedom and a wiped record unless there's a deal behind closed doors. So the next time you hear Wack spin his story, 6-year fight, judge's mercy, interest of justice by expungement, remember the facts. Remember how the law actually works. Remember what those contradictions mean. Ain't no way a regular man beats that case. Ain't no way a felon with trunk guns, ammo, and weed walks free. Ain't no way the record gets expunged without cooperation. This wasn't courtroom brilliance. This wasn't luck. This wasn't mercy. This was leverage. This was working, and ain't no way around it. And if you're rocking with this breakdown, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share this video with somebody who needs the truth, and subscribe to the channel so we can keep exposing the lies. Because legends don't dismiss themselves, cases don't vanish, and paperwork doesn't lie. Only the storyteller does.
Snitch. If your name is Wack100, you are a snitch.
And that's it. Hey, salute to my nigga. The No Cap Network for that. He broke down in the interest of justice, and tonight we'll be breaking it down further. Tap in. We out of here. Damu Kiwe Conversation.